I welcome you all to Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. In this video, we are going to study about the subject Water Supply Engineering for third semester, Civil Engineering program. In this video, we are going to study about the chapter name Treatment of Water. It comes under Unit 2, Session 22, Course Outcome 2. Before going to talk about today's session, we shall recap the previous sessions what we have come across. In the previous sessions, we have learnt about introduction to treatment of water, layout or flow diagram of units of treatment of water, screens, next sedimentation. In sedimentation, it is again classified into plain sedimentation and sedimentation with coagulation. In sedimentation, it is again classified into vertical flow type or horizontal flow type. In horizontal flow type tank, rectangular tanks and circular tanks. In rectangular tanks, again classified into continuous flow type tank and intermittent flow type tank. And we have come across circular tank with radial or spiral flow. So this circular tank is also called as Dor clarifier. That one we have studied in the last session. And some of the MCQs based on the related topics. In this session, we are going to talk about the topics sedimentation with coagulation and feeding devices for adding chemicals. So feeding devices are dry feeding, wet feeding, and some of the multiple choice questions related to the today's topic. Sedimentation with coagulation. Sedimentation. Sedimentation, in plain sedimentation, so inorganic particles or suspended impurities which are present in water are going to settle down or going to sediment at the bottom of the tank with the help of only the gravitational force. But here in the sedimentation with coagulation, here we are going to use some of the coagulants or some of the chemicals to happen the sedimentation in the sedimentation tanks. The principle of coagulation can be explained from the following two considerations. One is flock formation. Second one is electric charges. Flock formation. When coagulants are dissolved in water and thoroughly mix with the water, they produce some thick gelatinous precipitate. Whatever the thick gelatinous precipitate is formed, that one we call it as flock. And this flock has the property of arresting the suspended impurities in water during its downward travel towards the bottom of the tank. This thick gelatinous precipitate arrests the suspended impurity so that it is easy to settle down at the bottom of the tank. Next is electric charges. The ions of flock are found possess positive electric charges. Whatever the ions formed in the flock, so they are found to be positive electric charges. Hence, these positive electric charges will attract the negatively charged colloidal particles of clay which are present in water, and they cause the removal of such particles from the water. Next topic, feeding devices for adding chemicals. For adding chemicals in the sedimentation tank or in the raw water chamber, we require some of the chemicals or some of the coagulants. For that, we require some of the feeding devices for adding the chemicals or coagulants. The coagulants may be fed or allowed to enter water either in powder form or in solution form. The former is known as the dry feeding, or the powder form is known as the dry feeding, and the latter or the solution form is known as the wet feeding. Dry feeding. So this is the dry feeding devices. So it comes with a conical hopper tank. So here toothed wheel is provided for regulation of coagulant dosage. So this is the raw water chamber. So these are the agitation plates to prevent the arching of chemicals. Arching means cake formation in the feeding devices. In dry feeding, the coagulant is stored in powder form and it is then allowed to fall in the mixing channel in a measured quantity. Some of the coagulants which is stored in the powder form, it is allowed to fall in the mixing channel, that is a conical hopper bottom tank. So inside this conical hopper bottom tank, the agitating plates are placed inside the tank to prevent the arching of chemical. Arching means formation of cakes, formation of lumps of chemicals in the hopper. The dosage of coagulant is regulated by the toothed wheel located at the bottom of the devices. So this is the toothed wheel. So in which this coagulant is regulated. Regulation of coagulant dosage is done here with the toothed wheel of this feeding devices. This coagulant will goes to this raw water chamber. Here thorough mixing will happen here, and whatever the flock form, so that will be collected. Whatever the sedimentation are is happening, so that sedimentation, that suspended impurities attract the positively charged ions, so that is flock, so that will be settled down at the bottom of the raw water chamber. Next topic, wet feeding. This figure shows conical plug and float device. So this is the coagulant storage tank. This is the feeding influent. So this is the constant head tank. This is also called as the feeding tank. So this is the raw water channel. This is the float chamber. So here a conical plug is provided. So with the ball valve. So this one we call it as float 1. So here rack and pinion arrangement is provided. To that string is attached. To that string this float is attached. In wet feeding, the solution form of required strength of coagulant is prepared. This solution is stored in a tank and it is then allowed to fall in the mixing basin in a required quantity. In order to keep the quantity of solution of coagulant proportions to the volume of flow, the various devices are adopted. Figure shows wet feeding by conical and float arrangement. The float chamber and mixing channel are interconnected. As flow of raw water increases, the float 2 of float chamber rises. And as pinion and pulley rotate in the same direction, the conical plug is lifted and more quantity of coagulant is permitted to fall in the mixing channel. When flow of water decreases, the reverse happens. Thus, the constant head tank automatically controls the dosage of coagulant. That is why this constant head tank is provided for the controlling of coagulant dosage. The adjustable weir is in the form of sliding cylinder with rectangle holes on its surface. The moment of weir is controlled by lever. The float chamber and mixing channel are interconnected. As flow of raw water increases, the flow of float chamber rises, and consequently the lip of weir or the lip of plug is lower, and more quantity of solution of coagulant is permitted to fall in the mixing channel. When flow of water decreases, the reverse happens. Thus, the constant head tank automatically controls the dosage of coagulant. Here, in the coagulant storage tank, the coagulant will be stored in the solution form. This is the influent channel of chemical feed. So this is the constant head tank to regulate the control the coagulant dosage. When the raw water channel, as water level increases, float rises. As the float rises, pulley closes the mouth of the, this plug closes the mouth of the feeding tank. As a result of that, chemical which is present or the coagulant which is present in the coagulant storage tank will be coming to this constant head tank. As a result, here what happens, in the raw water channel, the water level decreases. So this float 2 comes down, this plug will be going up and closes the mouth of the inlet influent channel of chemical feed, and this feeding will goes to the coagulant feeding will goes to the raw water chamber. So this goes on happening. So this is what the process is happening in wet feeding. This is how the wet feeding device is working. Next topic, some of the MCQs related to today's session. First question, what is flock? When some coagulants or the chemical added or dissolved in water and thoroughly mixed with that water, so they produce a thick gelatinous precipitate. That thick precipitate, we call it as flock. Next question. The method used for the removal of fine suspended particles is, so the method used for the removal of fine suspended particles is sedimentation with coagulation. Only the colloidal particles can be removed in the sedimentation, I mean in plain sedimentation. But fine suspended particles can be removed only with the sedimentation with coagulation or sedimentation with some of the chemicals or by using the some of the coagulants. Next question. In dry feeding, the coagulant is stored in dash form. In dry feeding, the coagulant is stored in what? The coagulant is stored in powder form. It is, the name itself indicates what? Dry means it will be dry. That will be in the form of powder. So answer is powder form. In wet feeding, the coagulant is stored in dash form. Wet feeding. In wet feeding, the coagulant is stored in latter form. Latter form, or either we can also call it as solution form. Next question. In sedimentation with coagulation, the ions of floc formed are of dash charges. Answer. In sedimentation with coagulation, the ions of floc formed are of positive electric charges. The ions, this thick precipitate is forming, no? So that floc formation, so that ions will be of positive electric charges. In sedimentation tank, when coagulants are dissolved in water and thoroughly mixed with it, they produce a dash precipitate. In sedimentation, answer, in sedimentation tank, when coagulants are dissolved in water and they are thoroughly mixed with it, so they produce a thick gelatinous precipitate. A thick gelatinous precipitate. Next question. In dry feeding, the dash are placed inside the tank to prevent the arching of chemical. Arching means cake formation. In dry feeding, the agitating plates are provided inside the tank to prevent the formation of cakes or the lumps of the chemicals, or to prevent the arching of chemicals. These agitating plates are provided in the dry feeding devices. Next question. In dry feeding, which type of wheels are provided for regulation of dosage of coagulant? Regulation means controls the dosage of coagulant. In dry feeding, toothed wheels are provided for regulation of dosage of coagulant. So that's all for today's session. We shall meet in the next session. Thank you.